and gentlemen, welcome inside to Bench Banter. It's me, it's your boy Jammy, aka Sensbuzz, aka whatever the hell you want to call me. Yo, you want to call me Chocolate Milk? You can call me Chocolate Milk, bro. I've
No one's
got
calling me that.
a new cast with me here, boys. All right, Bench Banter, better than ever. We got Leafs fans, Habs fans. We got a Sens fan still, Tyler. All right, boys.
And
I want
James
you guys
fan.
to. I want you guys to introduce yourselves to the people. Zach, you first, buddy.
Okay, what's
Say
up?
hi.
I'm Zach. You might already know me. I'm the guy that makes 9/11 jokes on Twitter. At ZACHNHSO. That's the man. That's the man.
Juicy. Juicy, talk to me, buddy.
My name is Andrew. You don't know me because I don't have any social media. And I bleed blue. I've been fucking bleeding blue since the day I've been born, my friend.
All right, and the man that needs no introduction because he's already in your DMs. Tyler, what do you say, buddy?
I'm gonna strangle the shit out of you one of these days. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. What a vibe. I'm so happy we brought this back. It was way too depressing to not have this, and I'm excited to do this again with a new group of people. One who's off the grid, the other who should get off the grid, and then you, of course, our beautiful brown boy, Jammy.
So happy to be a part of it, gentlemen. So happy to be here.
No, it's amazing, boys. Look, we're going to be talking all about hockey, right? We'll even talk about the Western Conference, even though they don't deserve our, just our attention at all, right? But
They don't exist to me.
They don't exist, exactly. We're going to have a little bit of an interesting dynamic, all right? Nobody's really doing that. We got Leafs fans, got Habs fans, we got Sens fans, got the brown boy repping Canada, right? So we're going to just see what the hell happens, Like, it should be a fun time.
So, last Saturday, not the one that just passed, last one, the Newfoundlanders were in town, the Islanders, and it was a 7-3 touchdown against Patrick Waugh. That was beautiful. Beautiful game. I think Caulfield scored a hattie there. I'm not too sure, but there's one thing I want to mention. What I forgot his name. He's too irrelevant. He starts chucking mitts at Nick Suzuki, and he says something to the point where Jakub Dobes goes to the refs and says that doesn't belong in hockey. Now, boys, what do we think? What do we think was said on the bench there? I have a few ideas.
I'm just not surprised that Patrick Waugh stayed out there for a touchdown. Key part of Montreal history being reinvented modern day.
He hates Montreal, bro. He hates Montreal.
I'd hate them too if they left me out there for 9 fucking goals.
Oh, suck it up, princess. You're paid millions of dollars. You'll have a few bad
Hey,
games.
he did suck it up, and guess what? He won a cup that year with somebody else.
With the who? With the Nordiques? Doesn't matter.
Guys.
We call them the Avalanche.
My favorite team, baby.
I call them the Sens' next fan base, like little Quebec.
Exactly.
Little Quebec out.
We are
Is that what
big
happened in the
Quebec City
preseason?
here.
Is that what happened?
It's
Yeah.
what happened in the
Preseason stays in
postseason, too.
preseason, bro.
Oof. You might as well go to Germany.
Okay, but I don't know too much about this. Like, was there actual drama?
Yeah.
I know you guys got Schaefer beef, and I know, bro, Caulfield's scoring hat tricks every other day now. But like,
No, it's
Bro,
not even the.
what are you guys feeding Cole Caulfield, by the way? What kind of peds did he take?
Smoked meat,
This
Montreal
guy's just
smoked meat.
scoring
Montreal tap water.
No, Montreal smoked meat, bro. He's been eating those poutines. He's been going to La Pigalle too. You can tell he's been going to La Pigalle.
I can tell Jacob Fowler's getting into the smoked meat poutines, bro. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's gaining weight. No, but
Him and
I
me
don't know
both,
what
baby.
happened, but because Jakub Dobes, he's known to wear his heart on his sleeve, right? He's known to show emotion.
Yeah.
He's a crier. Not a crybaby, but he's a crier, especially after good games and big games. So I think one of the Islanders, typical American, called him like some naughty word, called him gay or something, and clearly somebody took exception to that. Jakub Dobes, he's aggressive in his crease, and he's not shy.
Yeah.
He's not a shy boy.
Yeah, so his comments were about like keeping that stuff out of the game.
Most likely, yeah. Because Jakub Dobes, keep in mind, he came to the States at 16, left his family, and literally had nobody but himself to boost his career to where he is right now. And that's honorable as it is. So obviously, if he is where he is right now because of his own hard work, and for him to wear his heart on his sleeve, like I said, you know, it takes a different kind of person to that. It takes a man that, you know, he's proud in what he's done and who he is. So, of course, this sort of comment, again, nothing, he never said anything, he never confirmed anything. This is just speculation. He might have said, the Islanders player, I don't remember who it was, I might put it on screen, but he might have said something to Nick Suzuki, and Jakub decided to take offense to that. So that's what, beautiful game too. Caulfield Hottie, bro. Fucking Nathan McKinnon, count your fucking days, buddy.
I really fuck with that, bro. I really
Yeah.
fuck with that. Like, for a rookie goalie to stand up like that, if it's towards the captain too, and he's taking on himself to address that in the media, I don't know about you boys, but like, that's fucking nails to me.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. That's good person of the year, Jakub Dobes to me, bro.
You could bring the energy and you could bring the passion, but the Leafs fan in me is popping out, and I'm thinking every prospect and every player the Leafs have ever drafted is the second coming of Gretzky. Jakub Dobes is still only an .898 in 36 games. At what point do we accept that he's not the next Patrick Waugh? I mean, he's a fine goaltender. He's a fine piece. He knows how to play in the crease. He's 24 years old as a goaltender. You're functionally an 18-year-old forward. But at some point, I think Habs fans are going to have to recognize that Dobes is not the forward, or he's not the goalie of the future. He's not going to be the guy that puts up a .915 in 60 games. He's not Vasilevsky. And the dialogue around this guy is frustrating because everyone seems to think that he's the second coming. This guy is not Henrik Lundqvist. This guy is not Pekka Rinne. This guy is not Martin Brodeur. He's a 24-year-old prospect goaltender who put up an .898 in a crease he didn't earn.
I like how I was talking about like a Lady Bing nomination, and Juicy came in with like, yeah, no, fuck this guy. This guy's not winning the Vezina.
No.
I'm talking about good
I don't think this guy's good. No.
Here, buddy.
No, seriously, I don't think this guy's good. You want to talk about prospect goaltenders in Montreal? Jacob Fowler, no, that's a guy that has an actual future.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You pick up this 24-year-old. He comes fresh out of Austria or wherever he's from. Is he Czech? He's Czech. You pick up this 24-year-old goaltender. Sure, he moved here when he was 16. He's got a nice story, but this guy is not Martin Brodeur. This guy will not have a quarter of the legacy that Martin Brodeur had on a single night.
Nobody says that he's like the next coming. He's good when we were so used to Jake Allen, Caden Primo, and now this year's Sam Montembeault. It's refreshing.
Allen, what happened to Jacques Allen, bro?
He just
Jacques
fell off,
Allen.
bro. He fell off.
Allen.
He was good to us in the 20.
He's having a much better season in Jersey.
Yikes.
No, it's easy to fall in love with these kind of goalies, you know, like the good human beings when you got someone like Sam Montembeault kind of stinking it up. Which, by the way, like, I don't want to dump on Sam Montembeault.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
listen, Sam Monty, I forever thankful for what he's done for Montreal. As a goalie, I don't like him. As a person, he seems like a respectable young man. Well, he's like 29 or something.
What's he done other than screwing up your rebuild?
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know. Maybe something happened when he blew his cock open in the postseason last year. But like, Jakub Dobes in a system where he was with Eric Raymond, like, of course he was terrible because that goalie coach has been there. He's been ruining Montembeault to the point where he had to be fired, you know.
Yeah.
Montembeault was not that bad last season. He was like the old reliable. He was the guy that like you start and he could give you a good game. This season you go there and you're like, what the fuck is Caden Primo doing in Montreal again? I thought we traded him. So that's
Hey, Caden Primo was a 7th round pick. He had no expectations. Montembeault, is he also a 7th round pick?
I don't.
3rd round, 77th overall in 2015 by the Panthers.
Yeah,
Thank you so
and he
much.
was good. He was good to the Panthers too. They liked him. They really liked him, and he was, you know, as a rookie goalie, he was. Of course, they got Sergei Bobrovsky not long after, but so his days were numbered already there. But like Sam Montembeault, he holds his game close to him. He likes the work that he puts in. Maybe not this year. I don't like the work he puts in this year, but he sets himself up for expectations. Doesn't necessarily meet them, and that's kind of disappointing.
I recently read Burke's Law, Brian Burke's book. I think it was put out almost a decade ago now. And Brian Burke puts out a blueprint, what he thinks is the perfect composition of a team. And Brian Burke said, as a backup goaltender, you want your guy to be popular, both with fans and with his team, and you want him to bring the passion, right? I think Sam Montembeault is a guy that could be popular with his teammates if his English were any good. I think Jacob Fowler is the sort of guy that could be popular with his teammates too. But neither of these guys have the skill. Dobes doesn't have the skill. He's not your long-term solution. I don't think any goaltender on Montreal is there in 3 years.
I say it's Fowler Dobes tandem, Dobler, the Dobler tandem.
I don't think you can judge Montreal's goaltending when they have they have an electric blue line, but they're a crappy defensive blue line, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, any goalie behind Lane Hudson. Sorry, Lane Hudson, right? Noah Dobson, Mike Matheson taking the worst.
Mike Matheson.
Bro, Mike Matheson's getting the worst competition in the league right now. He's trying to play a top 4 shutdown defensive role.
Too soft.
It's kind of
I think everyone needs to get bumped down one position. They need a true shutdown guy on that top pair because Mike Matheson just ain't it right now. So that's it.
It's kind of like the Sens with. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just think until then you can't really judge these goalies because what have we said all year in Ottawa, right? An 890 in Ottawa isn't like an 890 in San Jose because we're just not allowing a lot of shots right now, right? There's other stats that you have to look at to judge these goalies properly. So,
but if you're the team that's proclaiming the rebuild is over, the pieces have finally arrived, and the young guys have grown up, there's no excuse. I'm sorry. If your rebuild is over and your best goaltender is only putting up a .900, not to be a stats guy, I know I've sounded like one all episode. This isn't the team. If they make it to the dance, they're going home after the first song. You know what I mean? It's not this Habs team. I think this season has caught lightning in a bottle with Cole Caulfield's hunting 50 goals. With Nick Suzuki having another great season, I don't think that's lightning in a bottle. It just seems like all the young guns have finally connected, and the only thing they're missing is goaltending. I don't think you can look at the blue line and say it's too late, enough's enough, this is the team. I think you need to look at the blue line and realize this is it. This is what you're getting. You just picked up Dobson as your win now move. You're giving Hudson 26 minutes a night. Goaltending is your problem. You can't have these nobody 20-somethings. It's nice to work on a prospect goaltender. You stick him as your backup behind a guy that can play 45 to 60 games a season.
It's kind of like I was wondering
what's your team.
What's clicking so well in Ottawa for them to let the Rangers have 9 shots only in a game. Now I understand it's the Rangers and they might want to tank for McKenna even though nobody wants to say no player wants to play bad, but 9 shots is not. It's what kind of composition what kind of pairings do you guys have? Fucking Bobby Orr and then Bobby Orr again?
Probably our worst pairings game too because we lost Shabbat and we lost
Sanderson,
and then Thompson. But in that game we Shabbat got hurt and what was it?
Thompson got
hurt. Thompson got hurt. We were running 4 guys.
Thompson.
Lassie Thompson. We had to go home up Sanderson. We were running 4 guys for about 2 periods of that game. And we just had the Rangers in the shadow realm of just not being able to get anything done. With Clevin Spence as a top pairing, which is scary.
Whoa.
In the big 2, minutes. Tyler Clevin and Jordan Spence as your top pairing. 28.
Woof.
28 minutes. Jordan Spence has been playing top 4 minutes the last week.
Who's your top guy though? Who's your top minute guy? I'm assuming Brady Tkachuk or Tim Stützle.
Shabbat.
Really?
Clevin now. It's Clevin.
Clevin.
That's the guy that gets the most minutes per game.
Because Sanderson,
he gained 30 minutes a game.
Sanderson and Chabot went down. Tyler Clevin's the only lefty we have.
When is Sanderson coming back? Because I know he's injured. I didn't hear he came back though.
Okay, on suspicion that it might be Tuesday because they just recalled Donovan.
Reassigned Donovan.
Reassigned Donovan to Belleville, so I have to assume that's either Sanderson or Thompson coming back.
I see.
I have strong suspicion it's Sanderson just based off the vibe of them being last Saturday, oh well, He'll be back in a week, 10 days, they said. And it's been about 8 days, so I assume it has to be him. So he'll come back. I wonder if we run Anderson Spence or if we go back to Zub and we just. So I'm trying to figure out the pairing.
Listen,
9 freaking shots, bro.
9 shots.
did.
9 shots. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, how many do we keep the Leafs to, by the way? Juicy, where you at? Come outside, bro. Come outside, bro. Holy shit, how many shots did you guys have in that third period?
You know, I was watching that game in a bar with friends.
Did you get more drunk?
And the Sens scored, and I took another. And the Sens scored again, and I took another. And I don't remember. I don't remember much of that game past the second period. Respectfully, the Sens historically have owned the Leafs. In the Austin Matthews era, the Sens have dominated.
Not in the playoffs, though. Not in the playoffs.
For us. Well, yeah, no, when it matters, clearly. But I think, I don't know. I think the Leafs playoff record speaks for itself. Me saying the Sens dominate the Leafs is like saying Michael Jordan would obliterate a high school player. It's not close.
Buddy,
it's not even fun.
We had guys double their playoff experience twice because that was their first playoff round ever. And you guys needed OT how many times to take care of the Sens? Yeah, right, bro.
Yeah, four fucking times. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I'm just saying.
4
Like,
times.
and how many penalties were we taking just because we were, like, kind of horny because it was our first time at the dance, bro?
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen,
Exactly.
it was an
I'm
electric
wounded.
series. It was a
I'm
great
wounded.
series. I watched it. That shit was a great series.
It was not a great
And
series.
it's
It gave me
already
heart
done because the
palpitations.
Leafs decided to be dog shit this year, bro. That's crazy.
I'm talking about playoffs last
I
season,
think-
bro. That shit was a great series.
I know. But
Max
Battle of
Domi
Ontario
OT
was-
winner.
Entirely.
Battle of Ontario was so back and it's already gone, boys. Like,
Battle of Ontario's never here. One team is better, and it's Ottawa. It's a battle when there's a chance the Leafs win.
Clip that right now.
Listen,
I'll
I'll let Jammy. I'll let Jammy
Leafs
clip
fan
it.
knows fuck.
When this is over, you're clipping that.
I'm letting Jamie
God
clip though.
forbid a Leafs fan. Leafs fans own your barn. They own your city.
Yeah,
they
we
own
own
your
your
hearts and they own your minds.
word.
And the Sens own us consistently over and over and over in the regular
Yeah, we
season,
do.
and I don't know what it is.
Meanwhile, Montreal owns both of you guys. In the playoffs.
Shut the fuck up.
In the playoffs.
Irrelevant.
In the regular season. In fucking preseason 2 at this point. Fuck me, dude.
Glad you can't own your own fucking country. Fucking separatists.
What? Oh, okay. Okay.
Cut that out.
I would like to apologize to all of the fans in Quebec.
Nah,
I
fuck that shit, bro.
apologize, too.
If you're a referendum if you're a referendum person, get out. Please.
I mean,
my
that's what they're
favorite
trying to do. That's the whole point of the referendum.
No, like leave Quebec.
Guys, it's been fun. I gotta go.
Speaking of the Leafs, what's the shot count for that New York Rangers game? 41 saves for Joseph Wool. What a guy. First of all, zero defense.
Joseph Wall is a guy with okay injury history. It's not great. It's
Yeah, he's like Kirby Doc.
okay. That's an insult to Joe Wall. Don't do that to the cute little boy there that we got on our team in Toronto.
Yeah, like Kirby Doc.
On the glass wall.
Ooh.
Joseph Wall, I feel like, is sort of the anomaly in the Leafs fandom right now because nobody hates him. He could put an absolute stinker on the ice and put in 10 goals or let in 10 goals in 5 shots, right? And nobody would fault him for it because the team in front of him is so dog shit. I think Joseph Woll is a fine young piece. I don't think the Leafs have rushed him in his development. I think he's had lots of time to figure it out. I don't think he's going to be the upper end of NHL goaltending. I think he'll be a good player. I think he could put up a 9-10 season. I think he could play 45 games if he stays healthy.
Or Montoya.
Like a Halak.
Eventually, I want to mention the Flames versus Canucks yesterday. Battle of Mid.
Battle mid.
Yeah, Battle
Okay.
of Mid.
Yeah, we can absolutely.
And then
do
we
that.
could talk
What
about
the fuck? Hold on. Wait a second. No. I'm not letting you get away with that. You're saying the Flames and the Canucks are the battle of mid?
Yeah.
The Canucks make the fucking Flames look like a hydrogen bomb to their coughing baby. You're calling that the battle of mid?
Yeah,
I
battle of
can't,
mid.
without looking at the
Battle of
standings,
mid,
I
between
can't
who?
I can't find two teams worse than Vancouver and Calgary. The battle of mid, you could give me the dead
save the
Humboldt
Reds, save the
Broncos
Reds,
entire
save the Reds,
roster.
save the Red. We need to talk about the Leafs organization.
Yeah.
first.
So
Oh my
my
God,
point
dude.
on the organizational is I'm not a big fan of how Keefe has been this entire year. Like the last weekend
Keefe?
before we play them,
Steve, smartest sense fan.
Keefe.
Keefe went off on Joseph Wool for not getting a big save in OT when he only let
Chief.
in,
What year is this?
Keefe?
It's not Keith anymore. It's
Keith?
Chief Berube.
It's Chief Rube.
Chief Craig Berube. You're talking about fucking Sheldon Keefe.
Sheldon Keefe
There
is a
no
Devils
way the
coach.
smartest,
Also not good. I need to make a note of that for later.
the smartest sense fan on the planet is complaining that our coach from
Berube-
3
no,
years
Berube,
ago
it
is
was
mad at our current
Berube.
goaltender.
Keefe with Look, Berube then threw the goalie under the bus, and then when they played the Sens and lost 5-2, and their young rookie comes out, he's like, "Yeah, man, it was just really tough. It's really demoralizing going down a few goals." It used to happen back in Ottawa when we would be down a few goals or we would have a lead, we blow it, and then just demoralize the whole team. It happens with young players, and this coach just comes out. He's like, "Yeah, he's so full of shit."
Like, what's his
Cowan's
face?
so full of
Cowan.
shit. He's so full of
He
shit.
didn't-
Like that's not a real thing. And it's like, why are you throwing your rookie under the bus like this? It's not good for his
Like,
development.
He didn't
John
say
Tortorella.
Cowan was full of shit. He
That's
didn't
the
say
idea of it.
Cowan was full of shit. He said the idea of saying, "Oh, it's so demoralizing," was full of shit. How do I feel about Craig Berube? Well, I speak for all Leafs fans everywhere when I say Craig Berube is a solid maybe. I don't think there's anything wrong with the coach. I think when he was a player, he proved it in a very different way from Rod Brindamore. I think the best player turned coach in the league right now is Rod Brindamore.
Marty
Rod
St.
Brindamore as a
Louis.
player
Marty
would
St.
put in the
Louis.
work.
Travis
No.
Green.
We'll get to
clears,
him.
bro. Travis Green clears.
Rod,
think-
Rod Brindamore was a star piece, a Hall of Famer through merit, not through accident. He was a phenomenal player in his day. He was tough as nails. He would block shots. Perfect two-way, defensively responsible game with scoring touch. I can't
The
think
guy-
of a better player of that archetype than Rod Brindamore,
The
right?
guy I hate more is Brad Treliving. I would say. I think Brad Treliving has done some really tough damage on the organization because I understand
Kyle Dubas
that
2.0.
there was a certain way that Dubas was going about that was like, okay, well, you kept failing, so he had to go. You had to bring a new guy, but Treliving, I never viewed Treliving as the guy that could have taken the Leafs over the hump. Because I think the identity he wanted to establish with the team, it just wasn't working because you brought in guys who were more tough, and we needed more grit. But the problem is that they were slower and they were less skilled. So it was, yeah, your defense maybe got slightly better last year, and yeah, you still had your 4 superstars, so you had the offense to make up for it. But then you took away a few of the guys, and then throughout the year, you're like, oh, well, a lot of these guys are just slow as shit. And the big problem is, yes, the roster just got gradually worse. I get at the deadline they sold so that, you could tank. And that was a good thing. I will say, I do admire that Brad Treliving understood that they needed to tank and sold at the deadline. I just don't feel that you should really necessarily be a team that's selling when you have 3 superstars still in the midst of their prime. But
I disagree
not
with that.
Vars. You two.
I think you're going way too fast. Let's go back to what I was saying about Rod Brindamore. Rod Brindamore, the player, proved it. He put up the results. He put in the hard work and he earned it. Now you look at Craig Berube, much different career enforcer, phenomenal career for a guy to put up that many games. Yeah. Craig Berube has his method. He knows how he wants to play hockey. Like John Tortorella, as Zach said earlier, either you buy in or you get the fuck out. What I think the problem is with this Leafs team is it's not that they got slower. It's not that they lost Marner, though that plays into it. I don't think they got softer. I don't think they got weaker. I think the problem is that they stopped buying in. And I don't think that's Berube's fault. I think that's the
No.
player's fault. I think Austin Matthews was coddled. I hated that first contract when it was signed. I think William Nylander, I'll give it to him. I think he earns the money he's making right now because he took discounts after holding out for years. I'll give it to him. But he's Swedish. I'm sorry. He's soft. He doesn't have it. Morgan Riley, I feel the Leafs have ruined. I've seen Morgan Riley. I've seen what Morgan Riley can do on the ice. But when you play him 27 minutes a night, 30 minutes a night for 4 fucking seasons, and then blame him for all of your defensive woes, you are way off the mark.
No, that's
You are way off the mark. If you're giving Morgan Riley shit after he puts up 28 minutes, if you play for 28 minutes, you're going to have a mistake too. I think the problem with this current Leafs team is that they don't have the passion. You talk to any Leafs fan that actually knows the team. You talk to any Leafs fan that actually cares about the organization. They'll say one thing. They say one thing every time. I don't need a guy that'll put up 60 goals. I don't need a guy that'll put up 100 points. I don't need the best enforcer in the league. I don't need Cale Makar. You need the fucking passion. If you're not bringing the passion, you should not have my logo on your chest. If you're not standing there prepared to be martyred for wearing that logo, you should not be wearing it. I'm sorry. I don't think this Leafs team has the passion. I like Matias Maccelli. I thought he was a good addition. Coyotes legend, near and dear to my heart. I've seen what that guy can do. He has the top excuse me. He has the top 6 skill without the top 6 physicality. But you put him up there and play him like Zach Hyman, he's going to be feeding cookies to Austin Matthews all games. You never put him on the third line because he can't drive it. Dakota Joshua, I saw what he did in Vancouver that one season 3 years ago. He put up 22 goals. Unbelievable player. Big ups to him for beating cancer. I do not think he should be on the team. He doesn't care about being a Leaf. He cares about being a hockey player. Joseph Woll brings the fucking heart every night. He brings the passion. He's so proud to wear that crest on his chest. I can't see him on another team. Shades of Felix Potvin. Hot take for Leafs Nation. Anthony Stolarz sent him to the fucking moon. He had a great season for us, and I love the guy. But, oh, my God, at the beginning of the season, when he called out the team, that was a problem.
Hold on,
that
Juicy,
was a
Juicy,
fucking
I got
problem.
something for you, Juicy. All right, you can say all that, and I'll let Tyler. Tyler wants to say something. He's been trying to say something.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, I know he has.
I'll throw this at you because, like, I don't understand, like, how you guys want people that want to, like, bro, they rep the Maple Leaf. They bleed blue and white, you know? But then you guys turn on Max Domi, who does that every single night for you guys. Anyways, like I don't.
That's
like,
not us.
Yeah,
that's not Leafs Nation.
That's not. Yeah, y'all. Yeah.
True bleed blue Leafs Nation fans recognize the amount of passion that Max Domi brings to the team. Never once have I begrudged him.
Type shit.
Max Domi came at the same time that Tyler Bertuzzi came, right around the same deadline 2 years ago. Tyler Bertuzzi rubbed his hands together. He went, yeah, I love the Leafs.
I like Bertuzzi for you.
I'm going to take a big discount. I'm going to take a huge discount. And then he asked for $6 million for 5 years. Yeah. Huh? That's a discount for you? Fucker, get off my team. Max Domi says exact same thing, rubbing his hands together. He goes, my God, the best years of my life are when my father was in Toronto. I've always wanted to be a Leaf. There are pictures of me wearing a Leafs jersey as a child. I'm going to take a discount. What does Max Domi take? Just over $3 million. Yeah. I will never begrudge. I will never get frustrated at a player who makes less than $5 million a year. I do not care. Max Domi making 3 1/4 and putting up 40-some points a season is perfect. That's more than enough for that guy. You cannot sign a $3 million player.
Tyler has something.
You can't sign a $3 million player and expect him to give you 40 goals, 40 assists.
That's a good point. I think this is probably one of the rare nice things I'll actually say about the Leafs. I've always, when you're talking about passion, right? This is why I've always viewed William Nylander as the categorically best Leaf on the team, even though he doesn't have the awards, same stats. He's just a guy who just continuously shows up all year round, not just a regular season guy. He's the one who's always continuously performing in the playoffs.
He
He does. He
fights.
fights. He's the guy with
In his own
passion who
way.
wants to win.
In his own way.
I think Leafs fans should probably wish that more of their players had Nylander mentality, because he's just a guy who just comes in like first one out, last one off type mentality.
Tyler, are
That's
you a less Saskatoon, more Stockholm kind of guy, bro?
fuck off. Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. Hey, yo, the Leafs rant, that's amazing. I think the right thing to do now is we've talked about Dobes, we've kind of talked about Wool. The other thing we need to talk about is kind of like the Linus Solmark situation that happened right the other day.
Oh.
All right, we good to move on?
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I want to get your opinions on this. All right, so Linus Solmark, the Ottawa Senators, by the way, they play Saturday night. Not even Saturday night, Saturday matinee in Tampa Bay. We have 2 days off, Sunday and Monday, before we head to Florida to play the Kachuk Bowl. I don't know what that's about, but we have 2 days off. Omar just had an incredible game, bro. He was getting. I was in the crowd, versus Pittsburgh, at the CTC.
Standing ovation.
He got multiple standing ovations for those
What for?
saves, especially in the third and in OT. Omar had a
Yeah.
great game.
He was dynamite in overtime.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like the thing was, is he got hung out to dry a lot that game. Like the Penguins were peppering him. To be fair, all right. Compared to like I said, we kind of shut down the Leafs. We kind of shut down the Rangers. Like yo, compared to that, like 9 and 14 shots, bro. I'm pretty sure the Penguins had like north of 30. Right. So the Sens have gone away from their game a little bit. Omar's been fantastic. I have like stats here. He's got.
Great.
Bro, ever since he came back from his little break that he needed to get help, and hey, I always respect a man that can step away from what he does to get the help he needs, right? Ever since he came back, 9-2-3, he has a 905 save percentage. Everyone knows, like, bro, if Ottawa's only allowing 24 shots a game, that's not the same thing as San Jose, where you're allowing 30 shots on goal, right? 905 save percentage, amazing. 235 goals against average, that's really good. He has a 9.95 goals saved above expected since coming back from his mental health break. A very deserved mental health break. And he didn't have to come back. People were saying, oh, he might be like, there was a lot of people saying he might be done for the whole season. He came back, saved Ottawa's season in a lot of rights from being a very embarrassing season. What ends up happening yesterday, and I didn't really understand it either because we didn't have any news about it. James Reimer, he kind of like, even if you look at the career splits of James Reimer's kind of struggled against Tampa his whole career. So has Linus Ullmark though. So you're not really winning any popularity contests there. It comes out after the game from Claire Hanna that lots of curiosity about why Linus Ullmark didn't start versus the Lightning. Ottawa played Thursday and next game is Tuesday. Travis Green comes out and says, I wanted to play Linus every single night, but he needed a rest and he wasn't available to start tonight. What ends up happening on Twitter is that people are telling this guy to give his balls a tug, saying, yo, you make 8.25 million. They're throwing his money in his face. They're not even recognizing, like, yo, this guy went 9-2-3, just had a gong show against Pittsburgh, and we can't give him the grace that, oh, maybe he needs a break. It could be load management. You never know. Like, this guy was making acrobatic saves, stretching his groin out multiple times. Like, maybe this guy needs a break on a Saturday, right? I don't know. I can see I can see everything. I see everything. I am in a privileged position where I hear a lot more stuff than a lot of other Sens fans, right? I see everything that everyone's talking about. But I want to hear from you guys. I'll start with Juicy first. I want to hear your thoughts on Ullmark, and then like I want you to tell me about, like, from an outsider's perspective, like the stuff that you hear about, like, bro, like all of a sudden Linus costed us our season even though he's 9-2-3 after taking a mental health break. Like, what do you think, buddy?
I mean, you're talking about his 903 in the last 10 games like it means something. I think 903 as a goaltender is just below NHL average right now statistically. But you look at the games, you actually watch the games, and you see he is making saves bigger than the number that is put in front of you.
Yeah.
I remember when Linus Ullmark was traded, it was that big season in Boston, and they weren't so sure who was going to take the tandem. How do you afford both guys? Both contracts are up at the same time. When I saw that he was traded to Ottawa, I was overjoyed for all the wrong reasons. I was happy because Korpisalo went back in that trade, and I know how good he can be. And I saw what Jeremy Swayman was capable of when you just turned the reins right over to him. And I knew how good he could be. What happened? Jonas Korpisalo shit the bed in the 30-something starts he had last season. Jeremy Swayman held out for a bigger contract. When Linus Ullmark came to Ottawa, I was happy selfishly because I knew it would make both teams worse. Look, I want to make this clear. I do not dislike Linus Ullmark. The man, so much respect for him going into player assistance and getting the help that he needed. He didn't go into player assistance. He just took a step away. Is that correct?
Just took a step away.
He just took a step away. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Wasn't he non-rostered
so
at some point?
So much respect for him.
Yeah, he was non-rostered.
He was non-rostered, yeah. So regardless, point being, so much respect for Linus Ullmark, the man, the person, the father, the husband, the son. Utmost respects to him. I hope he got the help he needed and that he had the rest that he needed. As a hockey player, I do not like Linus Ullmark. When I look at Linus Ullmark's entire career, I question not just his ability to play in pipes, because the guy can clearly play pipes. When I look at Linus Ullmark, I question his willingness to take the next step. I question his willingness to battle when he wants his position. You look at the guy who has admittedly pretty good injury history. You take a look at the number of starts he's had. He never broke 40 when he was in Buffalo, when he was supposed to be the guy.
Yeah.
He goes to Boston, he takes just a step over 40. I think that one 938 season, he put up 49 starts in a tandem with Jeremy Swayman.
Yep.
If you are the guy making the money that the guy should make, you should not be playing 40 games a season. You should be an unquestionable starter. Not every goaltender can play 60, 70 games a season. We don't see that much anymore. The guys that can play 65 games a season, Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky of the past, Sorokin, those guys are the elite of the elite. They're the finest of the fine. You can't compare them to the average goaltender. But if you're making $8.25 a year and you're supposed to be the guy, I understand as a goaltender you can't play every game, but God, check your work ethic. Give me more than 40. Give me more than 40. That's all I want out of Linus Ullmark.
I think that's the other side of it. There's a human side to it where it's like you can give him a little bit of grace because like if you're not right in the head, then you're just like, who's showing up to work?
You're not going to play well. And this is his worst season statistically.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at just the numbers, again, I'm not a stats guy. This is his worst season on paper. He is not looking like himself. I hope this break that he took away from the team helps him get back to the player that he was, because he is so much fun to watch. Incredibly athletic player. But if you're making eight and a quarter, I'm sorry. Pull your fucking pants up. Less Stockholm, more Saskatoon. I fucking said it.
Linus Ullmark, he, like Andrew said, he strikes me as that kind of, like if you're making the guy money, you should be the guy, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when, yeah, I'm going to draw a comparison. I'm going to make the comparison and go back on it. It's kind of like when Montreal 2 seasons ago had the three-headed demon that was our goaltending. We had Sam Montembeault, we had Jake Allen, and we had Caden Primo. Caden Primo was more like a healthy scratch on most nights. Sam Montembeault was like the backup. And Jake Allen, he's the guy that won the cup with St. Louis in 2019. He was our guy, but he wasn't playing like he wasn't playing like he was the main guy. Like you're supposed to, you're supposed to step up a bit, play those big games, make those big saves like he made in Pittsburgh. That's what you should be doing. Maybe not every night. Maybe, as a previous goalie myself, I used to play my job. I was like, 11, 12? And I wasn't starter, but, you have bad games sometimes, and it's in your head. Sometimes you come to the arena, and you're just in a bad mood, and I get it. But to have these constant breaks, what does it say about, him as being the starter for Ottawa going forward? James Reimer, he seems like just a Band-Aid, fix to the problem. You got two old goaltenders. You have no draft picks, or what is it? They got their pick back or something.
Yeah.
You have
We got our pick back.
who do you have in the pipeline besides what Sogard? I don't even know if he's good, bro. You just traded.
And
You
he's cooked.
Injury prone.
Oh.
I mean, I'm praying for him, but I have a feeling he's gonna go back to Europe.
You just
Mayor
traded
Lyman, trophy
Hunter Shepard to Hunter
Yeah.
Shepard. You just traded Hunter Shepard to the Laval Rockets.
Who?
Who do you have in
That's
the
what we said
pipeline?
before. That's not what we-
I mean, Levy, he's kind of coming back. I mean, like
Levi,
last three games,
I forgot about
Yeah.
him too.
last 3 games he's been pretty good. Hey, we got Lucas Beckman in the QMJHL right now, very underrated. Kevin Riedler out of NCAA Penn State. I think their season's done now too.
It might be,
He's
yeah.
exactly. So he could be coming over too because we did trade Shepard and we didn't get a goalie. Hey, am I connecting some dots there? Maybe we do something with Kevin Riedler. No, I see that though. I hear that. I'm gonna shoot it over to Tyler. So like, I mean,
Yeah.
look, I will say Juicy and Zach, like, I like calling you Juicy. That's pretty cool. But I will say it's kind of like
Hey.
I hear the hockey arguments about it. I think like I don't want to be morality police. I'm the last person to tell people like yo, chill out on my mans, you know. But I'm also the first guy to say chill on my mans because like yo, if you're not right in the head, bro, I don't care how much money you could be making. Like how many people that have been making millions of dollars have struggled with mental health before.
Yeah,
Linus
I'm not
Ullmark isn't
saying
the first. He's not the last. I give him a little bit of grace on the human side.
I'm not
That
saying
makes sense.
Ullmark
Look,
should have
I
been.
recognize the hockey though. I recognize the hockey side.
I think I speak for all four of us when I say there are no qualms against Olmark the person.
No.
Okay.
I think we all want to see both the person and the player succeed. Whatever he is facing and dealing with in his personal and private life, I wish him the best in handling.
Yeah.
I
Of
wish him
course.
nothing but goodness. But
Um,
the player, I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler, you're the Sens fan here. I remember the 2022-2023 season. You guys were 7 deep in Dylan Ferguson. How have things
Oh my God.
changed? Because you have a starter that can't play starter.
I mean, my thing here per se is just, why is Zach on the jumbotron here on my screen?
Because I'm like that, bro.
So, I mean, I don't think I've had a problem with Allmark in
No.
the last month. I
think
think
he's
he's
been
You wouldn't.
Or the
He's your
Canada
guy.
he's my guy. But he stepped up when it mattered. Like the last week, I'd say Detroit, Pittsburgh, all those games. I would say he's stepped up for a large majority of them. Like we're seeing a guy who has statistically been one of the better of the 16 starter. Like 16 out of 32. Actually, I saw that stat this morning. Money Puck. I think he was a lot. If he is dealing with something, he's like, listen, I can't. I don't have it in me to play today. Sometimes it just happens. Okay, money doesn't fix burnout. Money doesn't fix mental health. It's something that's
Bro's just reading my Twitter timeline
it gets
right
better gradually over time. You can't. There's no one quick stop solution to it. You just takes time and it takes mindfulness. It takes a whole lot of work to fix the mental.
now. Which, by the way,
It's
we don't even
something
know
that
if
I-
it's mental health. By the way, like this could be a
Okay,
load
so-
management.
I don't even know.
We
That
this
is a
could
good
be,
point.
and
This
we
could
could
be a load management.
and this
He
is
could
something
be-
out of nothing right now, which is just so crazy.
So-
I feel so bad for him.
I'm going off the basis that it could be a mental health thing.
Yeah.
But on the same time, if it's an injury thing, that's a whole other thing too. Because I wasn't upset with Allmark when it came to that start. I'm like, okay, that's probably not his decision. But if it was his decision, it has to be injury related, whether it's mental, physical. I've not been impressed with Justin Peters, his goalie coach.
Yeah.
I don't like the goalie's workload management this year with the system that they have in place. We keep running goalies into the ground because, well, Allmark, who had never played 40, like he usually played 40, 45 game season, and then we had Peters at the start. It's like, let's give him 8 games in a row. That's surely going to work out. And then your backup doesn't have any games.
Didn't
so he
Maryland had
can't get
11
into
last
his own
season?
games.
Like 11
Maryland
consecutive
had 11
starts?
too many.
He had 2
11
shutouts.
too many.
Wow. Okay, that's a bar.
That's
No, he had like
stupid.
11 in a row. Like what is that?
Yeah,
Then-
that was because of an Omar's
Once the
injury.
time,
Oh.
and then Allmark had to leave for mental health purposes. And once it was time to put Levy in the fire, been working to a groove, and it killed his game. It killed his game
yeah.
at the major level. We had to send him down to for him to get his mojo back and to reevaluate his game. So, if we make playoffs, even if we make the playoffs, I just don't see a future in which you can keep Justin Peters in this organization. If you truly are best in class, if you're best in class, you got to fire those who are bringing us down, and he's not a guy who should be here. Along with
Justin
Brian
Peters.
Baumgart also shouldn't be here either. Nolan Baumgart shouldn't be here either. Those two should be gone in the offseason. I'm going to be so
Justin
honest.
Peters was the homegrown guy. Seeing him called up to the Senators reminds me of when I'm playing Shell on the PS5 and I just need a goalie coach.
Yeah.
Justin Peters was a coach in Belleville. Was it 3 or 5 years before he was
was,
called
and-
up to the Sens?
It was when he got called up. It actually got marginally better. It got marginally better. The goaltending.
That's not saying
was.
much. That's not saying
That's
It was
much.
not saying a whole lot,
But
though.
marginally better is not good enough anymore. That's the thing. You can't just be
I
marginally
just
better.
like, yes, there is blame to place on the coaches, but at some point
Not
they
great.
become a non-factor. I just
Not
don't
great.
I don't think pointing the blame at the Sens goaltending coach is the right angle. I think you look at the players. Look, this organization statistically has had one of the worst keepings of goaltenders in the last 6 years outside of the Oilers, right?
That's
It was
Ooh, the Oilers.
just those 3 years ago. It was just those 3 years ago that you guys were, again, 7 deep in Dylan Ferguson.
Yep.
You can't look at Levi Marilainen or at Mads Sogard and point at them and say, you're my next one. And some organizations that actually know how to win, not that I've ever been a part of one, don't need a third goaltender. Sometimes you just have 2 guys that stick and you need a third guy that can play 10 games in the season. That's more than enough. But Sogard and Marilainen are not those guys. They came up swords a shaken and shields a bash and battle ready for the NHL. And what they do? Shit their pants.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Connor
there's something-
Ingram and Calvin Pickard for the Oilers. Like,
Tyler, let me ask you something genuinely, and this is not me trying to flex goaltending that my organization does not have. What has changed since the tandem was Cam Talbot and Anton Forsberg? What has changed? Because it seems like it's the same forward core that won't put up on big nights. It seems like your starting goaltender still does not play a starting goaltender share of games, and it seems like your defense is still uninspired.
Yep.
What has changed since 2022-23? I mean that
We
genuinely.
have one of the better defensive numbers in the league. We're like 9th in goals per game in the league. Our goaltending, what has changed? I'd say Cam Talbot was one of the better goaltenders in that stretch. Like, if not
Thank
the
you.
best before Allmark.
Yeah.
I would say
If not
from
for the
stretch
injuries.
of when we lost Anderson to when we got Allmark, I'd say Cam Talbot easily was probably the best goaltender we had.
Oh, you don't think Matt Murray
It's a shame he only had 2 seasons.
Matt Murray had a few solid years, but we weren't winning under him, and then he left and he wasn't
goalie, bro.
better.
Sometimes he was pretty
And then
good.
he left. He
sometimes
left and
just,
got worse. He was just injured, and he got so much worse. But then Cam Talbot left and went to other defensively strong teams and still put up solid performance. It's just then he went to Detroit, and as all players do. We'll get to Detroit in a minute. I actually have a lot to say on that matter.
I have
But
a
in
solution for the
terms of that,
Sens.
You would.
I have a solution for the
think
Sens for their
that
goaltending.
Sam
If
Monson
Levy
Bow.
can develop well,
No,
I think
but yes.
Allmark and Levy can be a good tandem in about, I'd say, next season, 2 seasons at least. Have a good tandem there. When Allmark contract is up, yeah, you can trade him and you can try. We have other goalie prospects in the system, Parsons, Beckman, and it could get better by then. I think Levy could eventually become a starter. And then you roll with him until you bring up Beckman or Parsons.
Yeah.
As of right now, you got to ride out Hallmark because
It's only 3 more years.
there's a lot.
It's only 3
we
more
are
years.
we're better than any other goalie.
I'm
That's
happy.
just-
Juicy, I'm actually happy.
Is
you
it
said that.
because of Omar?
What is?
Is it because of Hallmark? Some nights it is, some nights it isn't.
Okay.
But
They need
I'll
to
take
call
that.
the Hamburglar.
he
needs to come back.
He's
The
most
Hamburglar.
stable.
I need
He's-
those McDonald's burgers
he's
like on
stable.
discount again.
Yeah, eh? Just
Straight onto the ice, baby.
raining
Right on.
down onto the-
Yeah, I'll catch them and I'll eat them,
Some
bro.
nights-
Of course you will.
There were nights that we did lose a game because of Hallmark, but he brings the most stability out of Reimer, Levy, Shepard, who got sent off. Like when I think of all the goalies that started this year, you look at the record, and we were just a better team under Hallmark. Like if you look at all the records under each goalie.
All right, cool. That took an
Mhm.
hour, by the way, boys. We got through Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa's goaltending. That took an hour. All right.
That's a good hour.
That is a good
Wow.
hour.
I feel like we
Yeah,
could
yeah.
wrap it up.
I have a genuine question. No, hold on. I need to have a conversation with Tyler. Off the books, talk to me here. I genuinely don't think Sens med staff are where they need to be because a lot of players had left the Sens organization and said that the medical care they received was dubious at the best of times. You look at Matt Murray, his injury history did not get better, but when he left, he fired shots. You look at Gustafsson, who moved to Minnesota. When he left, he fired shots. And he's saying, again, both goaltenders have injury history. The Sens med staff is not where it needs to be.
One specific game, Capitals versus Utah. It was 3-0. I think they're up by the first. And then it ends 7-4 for the Capitals. Dylan Gunther, where was he scoring those big goals? Huh, Andrew? Where was Dylan Gunther scoring?
Do you want me to talk about Utah? Do you want me to go in depth? Because I'll go change jerseys right now.
Fuck it, for the bit.
There you go.
You know what? Okay.
That's a Leafs fan.
For the bit. Yeah, Leafs fans. All Leafs fans have jerseys of another team. Here, sorry, I had to walk down the hallway to get Big Dylan Gunther.
Damn.
I said, Zach, you asked about the status of my goaltending in Utah. I said, if you
That was not necessary. Jeez. So I want to talk about this game, and this is just like a one-pick game. 2 games actually. There's the Utah playing the Caps, right? They're up by 3 after the first. They then shit the bed for the next 40 minutes, and it ends 7-4 for the Capitals.
Yeah.
Practically 6 unanswered goals. Like, didn't they trade for Connor Ingram? Didn't they trade away Connor Ingram to the Oilers or something? What did they get in return for that? What is going on in Utah? They're in a playoff. They're in a wild card spot right now. Last I checked.
I think Nashville traded Ingram. No,
Where was Ingram before?
was it Nashville? I think it was Nashville.
he was a Coyote at one point. Oh,
That's right.
Okay, well,
I thought he went to Nashville. Was it Nashville? Go on. This is okay.
like they're, I understand this is their second year. They might not like have figured everything out. I was just obsessed with that game. I was like, how is it that you blow a 3-0 lead and let the other team score a touchdown on you?
look, this Utah Mammoth team is young, right?
Yeah.
This is a conversation that Sens Nation has had and that whatever Habs fans call themselves have had for a very long time. They go, look, this team is good. They can score, but they're young. They don't have it yet. I think what we're seeing in Utah right now this season is what Sens fans have been saying for the last 6 years and continue to say, and what Habs fans have said for the last 4 years, but do not continue to say. You take a look at their core pieces, right? Logan Cooley got off injury about a month ago. He's only 21 years old. Dylan Gunther, a phenomenal offensive winger, future Hall of Famer. He's only 22, right? JJ Paterka's 23 years old. Barrett Hayton is, I think, 24, 25. All these guys are young. You can have a phenomenal team that scores 50 goals a game, but if they're young and they don't know how to play in the NHL, sometimes you just let up a stinker. Sometimes it happens, right? You can't look at every bad game. It would be a problem if they had 6 games in a row where they let in 5 or more. But sometimes Washington is uncharacteristically motivated, right? I mean, a guy like Ovechkin on your team, you should be motivated.
What is it like? Is that a regular for them for the Utah to like let in like 7 or like let in a few loose ones, or is it just like this is really like the odd man out here for Utah games?
It's interesting because Utah is sort of known as a team that is defensively kind of soft. I mean, you have a good few pieces like Sergachev and Ian Cole. You have guys that can play defensively as forwards like Jack McBain, Stenlins, Nick Schmaltz is pretty good defensively.
Yeah.
But then you look at Brandon Tanev, who they brought in as a supposed defensive forward phenom who will round out their bottom 6. He has 2 fucking points in 48 games and he's minus 16.
Yikes.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Right? This is a new organization. There's some growing pains. Give them some time. Let them cook. When their pieces become 24, 25, 26 years old, like Montreal or Detroit, then we can get concerned about their defensive performance.
I really like their top 6, though. I think that's a top 6 that can make a few deep playoff runs in the future. You know, you got guys like Calgary, Gunther, Cooley too. Cooley's doing solid. You know, I think Utah's got a really great future. A lot of exciting things for fans to be happy for. Fix the arena though. The sides on that arena that cut off half the ice need to be fixed immediately. Other than that, no other thoughts.
But this Utah team sort of reminds me of where Detroit was 2 or 3 years ago, where their pieces are young and you could almost give them, like, you could almost forgive them for defensive woes. But Detroit, I think, is past that point where you could forgive them.
They're out of the spot now, no?
We talk about Detroit now?
Let's go straight to Detroit.
Okay.
Before you do that, I do want to say one thing. So if the Leafs have a nation and the Sens have an army, Juicy, you asked what do the Habs fans call themselves? I think we petitioned that they call themselves the Poutine Parade, buddy. The Poutine Parade.
Fucking go, buddy. If Habs Nation calls themselves, if they call themselves the Poutine Parade, catch me at Three Brothers getting one every night.
Holy shit!
Three Brothers.
Three Brothers. All hail Three Brothers.
If Habs Nation calls themselves the Poutine Parade, buddy, I'm burning the Leafs jersey and I'm going straight to Montreal.
Representative, as the representative of all Habs fans out there, would you call yourself the Poutine Parade?
What's up, my fellow Poutine Paraders? Let's go, rise up.
Let's go.
We are the Poutine Parade. We ignite the flame.
All right.
Oh god, let's not have a song like the Sens fans had last year. That's cursed.
All right,
it's been a minute.
Let's get into our last kind of segment thing. We're gonna talk about the Eastern Conference playoff race. We got a couple things that we got to talk about. Ottawa was in for a second, fell out for a second. We'll talk about that a little quickly. But I think a lot more focus should be on the Red Wings collapse again.
Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
There's so much we have to talk about. I'm so sick and tired of all the excuses that Steve Yzerman has been getting for the last 7 years. It was cool like 3-4 years ago when you're like, oh, well, look at what he had to work with. Look what he has to build from. But it's like, we gave him the time. We gave him the resources to build it. And he just keeps getting name brand guys. His big thing is he gets name brand guys. Like John Gibson was the only name brand value guy that I really respected him bringing him in, because Gibson's been pretty good for them, but then he goes down. Things go problems with him.
Is he a gypsy, or is he just like?
Did I say Gibson or did I say gypsy?
You said Gibson.
Gibson. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. But I would like to speak more on.
He's 2 down, 4 to go.
Their captain's 29, 30. What, he's 30 now. Like, he's literally at his peak. And it's only going to get worse from there. You have probably Lucas Raymond. I'd say the most skilled winger they've had since Datsuk.
The albino.
And...
The albino.
Shut the fuck up! You're not calling a guy albino on our podcast. That's great.
You have
Smite this man.
Rich Snyder, who has returned to his Calder form, probably got way better since that year. You have a decent core. I mean, even DeBrink. I don't even respect DeBrinket, but DeBrinket's still a good player. Kane
Brinket's
is.
so sick right now. I don't care, bro. I
I'm
don't care
not-
if he didn't try hard in
no.
Ottawa.
He's a
so
fraud.
sick right
He's
now.
a fraud.
I'm not.
Bro,
I
Cole
hear-
Caulfield had posters
My
of Alex
haterism
Brinket
can't
on his
bring
walls.
myself
Who is talking
to
to me right now?
even if he's doing good. My haterism. It just cannot achieve a level of respect. But yeah, he's having a good season. Great season. You have a great core there, and you just keep collapsing in March. You know how we have the November Sens? You have
Yeah.
the March Wings. All right? And let me tell you something. March Wings are a lot worse. Okay? Every year they collapse around this time. At a certain point, you gotta recognize the situation for what it is. I don't think they have what it takes to make it there. Like, they brought in Perron. They brought back Perron, and it's not
Yeah,
yielded results.
Thanks for taking our
Work.
fourth liner and putting him in your top 6. Like, good
You
job,
just got-
Detroit.
Last night, Perron got a 10-minute misconduct against the Flyers, who dropped, what was it, 4-2?
Double
They
agent,
lost
bro.
the Flyers,
Double
so
agent.
they're losing. They're just
Double agent. Yo, Steve Stais masterclass. We said the double agent.
It was 5-3 for the Flyers over Detroit.
We
5-3
sent a
for
double
Flyers.
agent into
Oh.
Detroit, bro.
they're losing to teams they shouldn't lose to. They shouldn't have lost to the Sens when we were running Clevin Spence in that top pair. My respect to Clevin and Spence. I'm just stating what the situation was. You're losing to the Flyers, a team that you're also in the push with. You're losing to teams you should not be losing to. And now look, they were top 3 in the Atlantic for
They were
4
first.
out of
They were
4,
first at some
5
point.
months.
They
They
were
were
first in January.
Buddy, they
First
were
in
in my
January.
mentions telling me, like, oh, I can't hear you from all the way down there, bud.
All the way
Holy
down
shit.
there. And
Nah, that's when you
all the
quote
way down there.
retweet.
Yeah, that's what I quote retweet. Nah.
down. So at a certain point, you got to start selling. I don't know. I don't know if you would keep Lark. I know that this is gonna sound sacrilegious, but like, how much longer do you keep Larkin around if you're trying to compete? Not that that's a statement on him. It's just he's getting older, right?
How much longer does Larkin want to be on a non-playoff team?
That's a good point because he's
Yeah.
had one playoff run his entire life,
Hey, Montreal.
and you go to the
Y'all need a center, bro.
you go to the Olympics, you win gold. You got to come back to a team that keeps collapsing in March and doesn't have enough to get over the hump. That's gonna weigh. That's gonna weigh on your mentality of like, well, shit. Does this team have what it takes to take me to where I want to go? And do I still want to be here if that's the case? If the kid just
No, they
To be
built
fair,
the
though-
yeah, before you say something, Zach, I'm just gonna say they built the Michigan boy fan club over there. So
they
like,
did
where else do they want to go? They're all hometown boys. So like,
all hometown boys.
bro. Yeah, go ahead.
But that's
Zach.
To be fair, though, for the Olympics, you know, Connor Hellebuck was the only person that really worked for that medal. Because you
That's
had
true,
you
yeah.
had 40 shots, and sure, McKinnon could have not missed that open net. But
the
none
feeling
like
of
40 shots, dude, and you have Zach Werenski, you have fucking Jake Sanderson. Was he there? I think he was there, right? Jake Sanderson.
yes. Jake
you
Sanderson
have
was there. Yeah.
you have Austin Matthews, who's I've been told the second coming of Jesus Christ, aka Alex Ovechkin.
Connor,
Connor,
who? Leafs fans
By
that
who?
still think Marner's on the team?
Oh,
Connor Hellebuck
I
stole the
like-
show, and he's the
I-
only one that deserved the medal. Maybe give it to Cash Patel for paying off the refs, but that's a whole different conversation.
wow. All right.
That's a whole different conversation.
Brown boy to get it popping. Am I right, Jammy?
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
No, I want to end.
I'm ending up on a list.
I want to cap this off a little with Gavin McKenna talks.
Okay.
Gavin McKenna.
Before we do that, is there anybody else in the East that you guys want to talk about? We can say something nice about
Jackets.
Columbus. I
God.
think let's stay away from Ottawa because like we've already said our piece about Ottawa.
Yeah. I like the Jackets. I really hope the Jackets make it alongside
Mason
Ottawa.
Marchment, you are a double agent. Thank you.
Yeah, they're just
There-
been playing
there's-
really great. Charlie Coyle bounced back from an unbelievably dog shit season with the Avs, just going for career highs this year. I mean, I assume it's his contract year, right? Coyle.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he's on a real contract year tear. and that's been part of the process. Werenski, top 5 bare minimum in defender in the league. Goaltending, you got Jet Greaves.
Jack
Jet
Graves
Greaves
is
is pretty good
solid.
all year. He's so good.
My God, what has
Fantilli's
happened
good.
to Adam Fantilli? Nobody talks about this kid.
I think
54 points in his sophomore season. What an unbelievable player.
And
Adam
he's
he's
really
slow
good.
start
Fantilli.
too, and he's really started to get going again. Like he always
He
starts the year
is.
off slow, and then he just goes on a tear in the back half of the year.
He's I think he gets overshadowed by the guys who got drafted before him, Carlson and Bedard.
Yeah.
But he's a really good player himself too. He's
Very
really
good,
molded
very
into a
talented.
very
Bro, if
talented top 6 guy, which is
I don't
something
know,
you like from your top 5 picks for sure.
I don't know if you guys know any of like this, but like during his like not his rookie year, but his OHL year, like if Connor Bedard didn't exist, right, and then there wasn't the whole bad for Bedard kind of mantra going around.
Hmm.
Everyone was saying like get silly for Fantilli. Like that was a thing. Adam Fantilli was the number one guy, bro.
He's a
Especially in
Adam
Ontario.
talented player.
You
Fantilli,
know, everyone
Adam
knew this
Fan-
kid in Ontario.
Adam Fantilli was that year's Jack Eichel, where it was like
Yeah.
if you couldn't get if you couldn't get McDavid, then you know what, you get the second best thing, which is also great, Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
I think he was looked at, as the world's best consolation prize. But that's the thing, and then it was actually a shock on draft night that Anaheim went Carlson over Fantilli.
Yeah.
Like, that was the crazy
I
part.
think I think the problem with Columbus is much the same as Seattle. Your
Yeah.
best player cannot be Zach Werenski, and your second best player cannot be Kirill Marchenko. You can't
No.
have Jared McCann as your number one best player on the team, right?
No.
Um,
A lot of
Ken
metal.
Johnson took a big step back, and the depth pieces seem to be okay, but you need to give Fantilli some time. God, what this team could have been if Johnny were still around.
Oof.
R.I.P. Johnny. Yeah. I
What a
like
team.
I like the team anyways. Like I think despite everything,
I do.
and like that's
I'm
tough.
big
They
on
have a
them.
cool
I'm big
cannon.
on
They have a
them.
cool
I'm
cannon.
yeah, definitely.
It's a miracle any of their prospects are able to develop, knowing Columbus has a terrible track record of doing exactly
There's just
that.
also one
But
goalie that saved
that's all I
the.
want to say about. That's all I want to say about Columbus. I hate this
I-
organization.
I do
Columbus
know
is
that
a
a lot
rough
of people
organization.
shy away from the Johnny Gaudreau talk. I do want to give props to Zach Werenski though, because I think like even though you said like you can't really have a player like Zach Werenski be the number one guy, I think he's stepped up in a really big way. Like I think like getting himself into Norris conversations, and I think the way that he like carries that team into the battle every single night, he's very outspoken, and we don't really hear a lot about it because of like sorry Columbus, you're a small market. Say I'm from Ottawa, it doesn't matter. But like Zach Werenski, like bro, like
It's
I
it's
kind of respect it.
it's something in the last 2 seasons where he's just completely elevate. Like everybody knew that he was a good defenseman. Like he went for being, he's a good defenseman. It's just plays on a crap team, and then it's like, oh well, last 2 seasons he's been top 5, top 3 in the world. There's been legitimate arguments last year that he was the best defender,
Yeah.
like who didn't win the Norris. Now there's talks this year. He's been top 3 in Norris talks the last 2 seasons. Just really, really insane elevation to his game. It's really impressive.
But again, with Werenski,
I
this
see
is a
you.
guy I've been high on since 2020. I love Zach
Fair
Werenski.
enough.
I think he's a great piece. I think he's a fun player to watch. Quinn Hughes
Injury.
cannot be the only real NHL player on the Vancouver Canucks. And now that he's on Minnesota and he actually has help, man, look at how much he's celebrating and how much fun he's having over there. You can't
No,
just
that's
have one player on your team. You can't just have Zach Werenski on your team. If that's your
But
best player, you're doing something wrong because you need to give that guy some help.
That's a
He's
really
good
interesting
point.
way to look at it. That I like
He's-
looking at it
he's-
that way. But I think the pack mentality in Columbus is just like they're in the playoff race. They're above Ottawa right now. Like I have to give them their
Yeah.
flowers. Like right,
I
and
mean-
we're like everyone's been kind of glazing the Sens in the media or just on Twitter. Like, bro, like the Columbus Blue Jackets are doing the exact same thing kind of right now, right?
This
And
team's unreal. If they could manage to stay
Unreal team.
healthy, then they
And not
make
miss
the
open
playoffs.
nets. And not miss open nets.
Right?
Final thoughts, and I want to hear Andrew's take on this. Gavin McKenna, I either want to see him in Vancouver and Toronto. If I understand you would want him in Toronto to build your team, but I'm sure you wouldn't be upset if he was in Vancouver. What do you think of Gavin McKenna? 2046 first round pick, Gavin McKenna.
When I had this conversation with a coworker recently, and she talked about Austin Matthews. She's been watching hockey and paying better attention than I could in my entire life. When Austin Matthews turned down offers to play in the O Show and went to Europe, she knew from the start he would be a problem. And what do Leafs fans say about Austin Matthews? He doesn't want to be a Leaf. He doesn't want to be a hockey player. He wants to be a rich guy living in Toronto. It's a character flaw. It's a character concern about Austin Matthews that he thought he was too good to be in the OHL. Now, of course, he gets a statue on Legends Row when he retires, and no other Leaf will wear 3-4 forever. But you look at Gavin McKenna. He's too good for the dub. He's too good to play major junior in Canada. He goes to college. Good for him. I don't imagine he does much studying, but good for him. People talk about Gavin McKenna and Leafs in the same breath because the Leafs pick is owned by Boston, and the Leafs need to get to the bottom 5. If they get first or second, all the way up to 5th, the pick is the Leafs. If they go anything above that, if they get the 6th pick or anything after, then it goes to Boston.
Oh, it's top 5 protected, not top 10?
It's top 5.
Top 5
Top five
protected.
Wow.
The problem that I have, this is my hot take as a Leafs fan. Call me brilliant.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The pick is only top 5 protected. There's a chance that we get Gavin McKenna. Man, I would love him. What a sweet piece. Another character problem star forward in Toronto. Where have I seen this before? I don't want Toronto to go top 5 this year. I do not want Toronto to take top 5 this year. I want Boston to take the 6th overall pick.
But if you get 6th overall, that's not your pick anymore. That's the thing.
If we go 6 overall, I'm happy to give it to them. Why? Well, because there's no sign that next season the ship is going to be righted in Toronto. If we get 6th overall this year and shit the bed next year and go 1st overall, that's our pick. Because if we get the top 5 protected pick this year, Boston gets our next year's pick unprotected completely. Who's to say this organization that has done nothing but psychological harm to me doesn't get 1st overall next year? I don't want Gavin McKenna. I want whoever's next up. I don't want top 5 this year. I want unprotected next year. I would be overjoyed with McKenna. I'd be overjoyed if we went 3rd overall. But man, it could be a whole lot worse for Toronto in the long term.
Tyler, before you say anything, but before you say that, I for Juicy, I have a question because I've been asking Leafs fans this kind of nonchalantly, but all right, say that you do win the draft lottery, because I don't think you guys do finish bottom 5 this year, because there's still too many guys on making too much money that they're gonna show up and play hockey.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly right. It's not like the Austin Matthews tank team where you guys had nobody showing up to work, right? There's still guys showing up to work right now. If you guys win the lottery, 1 or 2, and I mean, it's a crapshoot at the top of the draft right now. No one knows if it's going to be McKenna, Stenberg, or Keaton Verhoff. Would you, if you guys were in a position, let's say you guys get the 1st pick, as a Leafs fan, would you rather go Gavin McKenna? I don't think you guys go Ivar Stenberg because you have a super talented Swedish winger already. But what about Keaton Verhoff? You get that 6'4" Canadian right shot defenseman who projects to play top 2. That's something you guys haven't had since Borja Solming.
Keaton Verhoff is sort of a rare combination of player. I think I like Gavin McKenna. I think if I'm the Leafs, I take very much the Buffalo opinion on this. You just take the best available player, and I think Verhoff is the best available player. When you look at the composition of an NHL team, there are 13 forwards. Typically, there are 7 defensemen. You take from the smaller pool. This kid is 6'4" at 17. He's not done growing. You can't teach size. You can't teach a player to be that big. I think Gavin McKenna is a great piece. I think he's a fine player. And again, Verhoff, too, is another one of these problem players, I think, that goes to an American college. He plays for the University of North Dakota. I think you take the defenseman. I think you take him and recognize that there's going to be like 3 or 4 really bad years, as there are with rookie defensemen. And then this kid becomes 70 points overnight. Like, I think Verhoff is a very talented player. But if I'm the Leafs GM, if I'm taking over the reins from Brad Treliving and I'm reading the scouting reports, naturally I'm inclined towards the defenseman. I think he's the best available player. I think McKenna's going to be great, but we said the same about Michael Misa, and look at the season he's had.
I
Yeah,
think
Tyler's got something to say. Yeah.
I just think that with the Leafs, what they should be focusing on, I don't know, they like size is great, don't get me wrong. I think you need character picks. And when I mean that, and I mean like skill's great.
Pierre
All
Dorian
these
character picks.
skills. Well, you see what's happening with the not like I think character picks are very important.
Yeah,
like,
you look and you see
guys
what's
who can
happening
step
in
up
Ottawa
and
with
perform.
character picks, and you guys are still in the race for the playoffs. Whoa.
Ooh, sense?
We're still in. We're in there.
We're talking
Somewhere.
about, well, in terms
Yeah,
of
no.
character, I think character gets
Rebuild's over.
overlooked a lot by a lot of GMs. They're like, oh, who's the biggest? Who's the most skilled? They don't talk enough about the guys who can lead a locker room, the guys who can step up in tough situations. Like, I think those are the picks that could redefine the Leafs in terms of passion, like you're talking about. No?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think you draft a 17-year-old kid expecting him to lead the locker room. Otherwise, Bedard would not have gone first overall.
We're talking about a kid who can step up in tough situations. We're talking about a kid who can keep his cool and who can, because Gavin McKenna is a great player, but like we witnessed them lose their cool a lot at the World Juniors and
Off the ice.
off the ice. Well, off the ice. That's a whole other thing. I don't blame him.
I see him in
People say that,
Vancouver.
like,
I
yo,
see him
hey,
working Vancouver system.
I love it.
I
Some
see
people love
him in
more than
Vancouver.
Yeah.
I see him in Vancouver.
Calgary.
I see McKenna feeding Brock Besser another 40 goals
Bang.
season. The only way he'll be able to get one.
Bang.
Hey,
Yes.
EP needs a pass trip too now, bro. Like nobody's
EP's got the shot, bro. Jamie, you remember?
Elias.
Jamie, you remember the
wait.
space?
I caught it.
Wait a second. Talking about Elias Pettersson, he needs a lot more than a guy that can pass to him. He needs a guy that can teach him how to score goals. You got to put him in the training skates and get him moving. Elias Pettersson needs another piece to play around him. Yeah, and Connor Bedard needs a team around him before he can win a fucking cup.
Listen,
Absolutely. Elias
You're
Pettersson
scoring
is
goals
done.
with Tocchet's on your ass and JT Miller's beating the shit out of you in the locker room. It's kind of tough.
I remember yesterday, I was in a space with Jammy right there. I don't know if you remember. I had the game right there on my 4K television, and I kept seeing Elias Pettersson one-timers on that screen while we were talking business. I remember I told you, wow, Calgary goal, but I kept seeing Canucks legend. They're going to build a statue of this guy, Canucks legend Elias Pettersson, number 40, wiring them home like he's Ovechkin. So maybe
Elias Pettersson one-timers hit nothing but board, baby.
I know, but he tried.
Love it.
He was trying.
The amount of hate I have in my heart for the Vancouver Canucks
I love him.
cannot be quantified.
I love them.
Oh, really? I can't tell.
I sincerely and genuinely wish a terrible career for Elias Pettersson.
Wow.
I hope he stays a 60-point player his entire career, making $11 million and is unceremoniously booed out of the city when his contract runs out. The amount of disdain I have towards that entire organization, fuck you for picking up Mark Messier. I'm still not over it.
This closing segment, we're gonna do a different one every week, but for this week it's gonna be called Rapid Fire, is where I say a word and each of you guys take your turn naming the next immediate thing that you're reminded of following that one or two words that I give. Okay, you guys are ready? So we're gonna start Tyler,
Always.
Jammy, and Andrew because that's in the order that I see them. So I'm gonna say
In that order.
So I'm gonna say Tyler, Jammy, Tyler, Jammy, Andrew. Sorry, Connor. You have to say, yeah, you. First word that comes to mind.
Like Jesus.
Jammy.
Bedard.
Andrew.
Brown.
Really?
Brown.
Why Brown?
Connor Brown every
Downtown
time, baby.
Connor Brown.
Connor Brown, baby. Leafs legend, all time.
I was
Whoa.
thinking I was thinking
Alright.
McMichael.
Carvey Michael.
Nick
Oh, okay, okay.
Michael,
You know what?
Are-
That's
are-
what's up.
That's-
That's what's up.
the best Connor
Interesting.
Nick in the entire league.
Exactly, bro. Okay, William, Tyler,
Nylander.
Jammy,
Willander.
Andrew.
Fucking William Nylander, baby. You know it's gotta be him.
I was thinking of Eklund.
Never a question.
Second word on the
Never
mark
a
is
question.
Is William Willander a thing? Like I know there's a Tom Willander.
Yes,
Like,
there is a William
Willander.
Willander. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of
Detroit guy, I
Eklund,
think.
William Eklund.
Oh, that's a hard one. That's-
Yeah.
Eklund.
New York. Tyler.
Whopper.
Oh. Jammy, New York.
Concrete jungle.
Oh. Andrew.
Failure.
Ooh.
Failure.
Ooh. I was thinking something else. I can't say on air, but I was thinking something
I was
else.
thinking about the Twin Towers.
It's real Twitch hours. It's real.
Alexander. Or Alex.
The
Either
great.
or. Ooh. Has to be hockey related, by the way.
Oh. Why did I say concrete jungle then?
That's okay.
Alexander?
Yeah. So Tyler, Alexander.
Wenberg.
Okay, you Alexander.
Yeah, Wenberg. I'm a big fan of the cute boys too.
Tyler, you didn't say anything.
Always.
We did it. This
I
went off
said
the,
the
okay,
cricket
try
already.
again. Tyler first.
Okay, Alexander.
Break it.
Okay. Jamie.
Boo. Alexander Wenberg.
Okay. Andrew.
It's Wenberg, baby. He's so cute. I can't not think of him.
I was thinking easy
I can't
choice.
think-
Texier.
Dreamy.
Smooth
Oh,
mitts.
no.
Smooth mitts. Smooth mitts.
Alexander.
Oh,
Francis
Texier is so
Ryan.
good.
Smooth mitts.
France's finest.
Okay. Battle of Tyler.
Ontario.
Jamie.
Berta.
Really? And Andrew?
Oh, Alberta, baby.
I was thinking
Always.
Battle of Quebec.
Oh.
Bring it
Always.
back. Bring back the Battle of Quebec.
Leave it to
no
the
one
Sens
cares
fan
about
to
it.
imagine a rivalry with the Leafs, eh? Go figure.
Yeah, Tyler. I don't know what you.
I
think
don't
when
even
battle,
think
I-
about him.
Bro, the best battle. I always think about Tortorella going down the
Oh,
tunnel.
Oh,
yeah, what a
yeah.
clip. Yeah,
I gotta
what
be
a
honest
clip.
with you. That's the only time that I
Was that
remember
Vancouver?
that Torts was even the coach of the Nucks. Was the locker room.
What
and
the hell?
shit.
Whoa, then my clip doesn't make sense then because that's not Battle of Alberta. What the hell?
Yeah, it was. It was Calgary. Oh no, wait, that was
Yeah,
Calgary.
Calgary,
and
Vancouver.
Yeah, he was the coach. Yeah, and he was he was talking shit on the bench, and then after the game, the entire.
That's
team
not Battle
won.
of Alberta then. What the hell am I thinking about?
It was the third period, not the end of the game.
I was thinking of. I don't think Torts was ever a coach. Was he a coach of the
Alright,
Flyers? With the-
Maybe that one's a
He
flop.
he
then.
has never coached a Canadian
It's okay, Jamie.
team.
Jamie,
He's
it
been
doesn't-
outspoken about not.
It doesn't have to see the
not
light of
wanting
day.
to.
That clip does not have to see the light of day. I can remove it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, we'll remove that one.
So that was rapid fire. We'll do a different segment next week. And Jamie, you got it, baby girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening to Bench Banter, the new and improved Bench
Yes, sir.
Banter. All right, we're gonna try to. We're
You
we're
did at
gonna.
me.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for interrupting my outro.
You're
So-
welcome.
Yo, new podcast, but same Tyler interrupting me, bro. That's crazy. Right?
I just think I should speak more than you.
Of course you do. Of course you do. That didn't sound racist at all either. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening to Bench Banter. All right, we're gonna try to do this every week. Yeah, like I hope you guys like the new format. Like I really think that having Habs fans and Leafs fans talk about Sens stuff, having Leafs fans and Sens fans talk about Habs stuff, and vice versa, I kind of like it. I kind of like
I
Yeah.
it.
like it.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of diverse opinions out there.
Plus, we all live in Ottawa
Hopefully this is
too.
Yeah, and for some reason these bozos chose the Leafs and the Habs. So.
Yeah.
Oh, because
That's
the
City on
list
planet
doesn't
Earth.
exist
I
I
back
was
in the day.
born
So
into it, baby.
I was born
Molded
into it
by it.
too. Carey Price, I
Your team
remember.
was gone, and you chose the second worst option.
That's
I
crazy.
believe it.
Your team is younger than 95% of the people that live in your city. Do not speak to me like you have a voice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, this is the longest episode we ever drop. We wanted to make it a little longer because I've been gone for so long. The boys, we have so much to talk about,
Yes.
and like it's free flowing. It's fun. I hope you guys see you guys next week. Peace, guys.